What up, world? This is another episode of Sweet 16s where we get your favorite artists to spit the sweetest lyrics they ever wrote. This week, we have the Future on our show, so it's kind of sweet. He goes by the name of Jazz Cartier.
Mm-hmm.
What up, man?
I'm chilling, man. How are you?
Yeah, that's king. Well, I want to start off right off the top. How did this start?
Combination of like two different like phases of my life.
Yeah.
First started like I think in like third grade, and like Lil Flip came out with "This Is the Way We Ball" or something like that.
Oh, you like 8, 9?
Yeah, something like
but
that.
No, that'd be like 10 years old. 9,
no, I'm not too sure. It was a long time ago though.
All right.
Yeah, but then that started. Then like I was just fucking around and like did it in like class. But then when I moved to Barbados, I got a hold of my mom's like old CD collection. And when I first actually just started to like write my first rhymes, it was to like Black Sheep, A Wolf in Sheep's Clothing. I've played that album back like at least like 6 times. So like my like start was more like a traditional one for like a traditional rapper, you know. Yeah, so I started with like the classics, Eric B and like Rakim, Big Daddy Kane.
Nice.
You know?
So you got your history.
I got my history.
I mean, hip hop is good for that. And that's what people don't get. It's like hip hop. We go back and we dig in the crates. We all, you know, we were listening to music technically from the 60s and the 50s. You know what I mean? Some of these samples that we're using.
Yeah.
But what from there? What came out of that? You know, you started writing a couple of rhymes on your own. Were you one of those guys that just went out like, okay, I can rap and I'm gonna start rapping for everybody, or were you like a Nas or myself who just kind of like wrote for years and didn't tell anybody?
I kept it hidden for years. You know, like I would have like separate notebooks and like they'd be divided in like 4 sections, and I just like make up my own albums in my head and just have like it was like a high for me to just like complete an album, you know. So yeah. That's how it started for me.
Can you still hear those influences from back in the day in your rhymes? You catch yourself every once in a while, like
I think like I say my name a lot in my records because of like Mr. Long and Drez.
Nice.
You know, because they would always do it.
Yeah.
So like that, like even when I was rapping back in the day, I would always start off by saying my name and like playing off my name, you know, and that's just from Black Sheep alone.
So what now? What would you say your subject matter is? Like, what would you? You know, what makes you, what inspires you to write a rhyme now?
Just life, you know, like that's the biggest influence for me personally. You know, just giving that first person narrative in my rhymes, you know, and that's the honest that I can be in my raps. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like the older I get, the wiser I get, the better my rhymes get. You know, so I still have a lot to learn. So
as long as it's honest, right? Like I have a joint called Looking for Love. People look back at that as like that's their joint for me, and it was just one of them joints that like no editing, no one take type of thing, just as honest as it could be. But do you have a song like that you could say that, you know, was probably one of your most honest joints? That, like if I listen to the song, I get who Jazz Cartier is.
It's probably my outro.
Outro?
My outro on my project.
Oh, your outro. Okay.
Yeah. It's called See You in Hell.
Okay.
I just spazzed for like 3-4 minutes. You know?
Hook.
No hook. Just like telling my story of like the past 2 years and summarizing it all.
Nice.
So yeah, I think that's as honest as I've gotten so far personally. You know, I have a lot that are like saved, but I need to touch them back up just to, you know, make sure like they're right. But like as an artist, you know, like when like you have a song and you sit on it for so long that it kind of doesn't feel right, but then there are moments where like it just clicks and everything flows, and you look back and it's like, yeah, that makes sense why it was just so easy, you know.
Yeah.
So that's definitely one of them.
Anybody right now that's out like that you say is your top 5 in your top 5?
Kanye,
Nice.
Drake obviously, Earl Sweatshirt, Kendrick. Yeah, Kendrick's last album kind of at the
Kendrick or Cole?
Kendrick.
Okay.
I've always been a diehard Kendrick fan, even like starting from like overly dedicated days. You know? So that's just me. So like to see him like progress to here, it's sick. And
that was amazing.
Yeah, and I've always been a big Cole fan too, but I think Kendrick is just spazzing.
See, I didn't even pay attention to Cole. I just, you know, I feel like it's my duty to check out anything. I just didn't get around to it. I listened to maybe a little bit of the first album, and then this one came out. I was like, nah, I gotta get it. And I got it early. I think between him and Kendrick, Those are my two favorites.
Rightfully so.
Yeah. Do you listen to anybody right now that inspires you to write rhymes, or outside of them, or is it that you just listen? Are you like the type of writer that kind of stays away from that when you're ready to actually do your own thing?
Yeah, I usually try to stay away from it, but Earl Sweatshirt for sure. Like, he's probably my favorite rapper.
Nice.
Like Earl's like the ideally like grand MC, you know, like he has bars for days, you know, and like very underrated. So I definitely give it to Earl.
All right, well, make all those grand MCs proud, and give us your sweetest 16.
See, my outro's too long, right?
It's not too long. How long is it?
That's like 3 minutes worth of bars. So I'll go to my intro, which it's kind of like the same thing.
Okay, dope.
My life's been a flight with a lot of delays. I prefer blue skies, lately mine have been gray. A little turbulence, but luckily in my landing was safe. A couple bodies got laid on the path that I paved. I was fighting depression, my spirit may have been broken. These niggas left me to dry. Thought jacuzzi was hopeless, even with smoke in my mirror. You couldn't fuck with my focus, I had to lay out the drugs, balance out my psychosis. My anxiety tweaking like feds tapping my phone. I ran away with a dream and didn't plan to come home. I tried to give you a chance, but y'all just bragging you boast. I mean, I'm guilty as charged, I'm doing damage control. I make sure my throne's sterilized, off in all the parasites. About to OD like I'm Mildred from Fahrenheit. Golden child, know you know the name, I have to clarify. And this is what y'all waited on? Welcome y'all to paradise, for real.
Sweet.
Yeah, man.
Nice. Yeah. Yo, thank you for being on the show, B.
Anytime, man. Anytime.
Yo,
it was a pleasure.
I'm having you back for sure, because I feel like we just...
We didn't get into it.
We don't want to make it too long for the new...
We just tread the waters a little bit.
Yeah, you know the ADD generation. We'll try to keep it, but we definitely going to have you back.
For sure, man.
All right?
Sure. Thank you for having me.
One love, King.
Sure. Always.
Hey, thank you for checking out our video. It was dope. Jazz Cartier is the future for real. Let us know how you feel. Let us know if there's anybody you feel should be on my show. If you feel like you could do a better job, drop your 16 down there on the comments below. Also, check out our last episodes. We got a lot of dope people that came through, and we got a lot more to come. Peace. Sweet 16s, y'all.